rau xia cú yo lò bia cho cú lu nâng trò pe thế là giờ trò này cho mình nhỏ là giờ cho tôi chân xài nhớ trò tết cho nó nữa
nó tụi cái của đấy.
Bên một cái bên backyard.
Yep.
Như vậy sao?
Cái thứ rooster, to pack, ready to pack. Cũng bây giờ Sheng, bây giờ cũng mua lót cho ở trong, cũng nhau đi thuê Michigan. Qua họ lựa tờ cục lúa mày, theo goes back. Chế của dàn trâu cho lúc vậy và cho license plate tên để và tân tàu dạ chế mua trâu tụi mình nhỏ chế mua chi thân xài ít thứ tu
cú luôn về hụ nâng vải da cú dùng nước bị cặp lau lu chi thì xong ít sẽ cho bò chi cho trâu ta chỉ nó cú mua chi cho chi xong lại lu chỉ hờn ta cú nhẹ mu cần ta hành thế thầu lu chỉ hở weekend nó cú con trò cú cho cousin là ya cho friend mu play soccer or she
my Taiwanese name is called Shen Li Hua. As you know, the Shen is the last name and Li Hua is the given name. But my English name is Sarolina Chang. Chang is my husband's last name, so I'm using his last name as my last name. And so I was born in Geelong, Taiwan, in 1948. Okay, and I went to school there, to graduate school. So elementary school, middle school, high school, all in Geelong, and then college in Taipei, near Taipei, and then graduate school also in the same college. And then in 1973, I came to the United States. I went to University of Notre Dame in South Bend for advanced study in American history. In graduate school over in Taiwan, I majored in Western civilization, but later on I narrowed it down to American history. And so when I went to University of Notre Dame, I continued the study in American history. And it's like my second master degree, I was continuing for a PhD degree. But because I got married in 1976, and then later on my husband found a job in Detroit. Okay, and so we moved from Indiana to Michigan in 1980. We didn't live in this house though. We live in a small apartment in Wixom. And in 1982 we moved this house. At that time we already had our first daughter, Josephina, and later on that was in 1981 we moved. Josephina was born, and in 1982 we moved here, and then in 1983 we had Stephanie, the president of APIA-VoteMI. So that's about myself, and although I was working toward my doctorate degree, I didn't finish it because at that time I thought to myself that raising two kids probably is more important. So I stayed home raising Josephine and Stephanie. Whenever I had time, I kind of like to write things. So all my works were published in Taiwan, the magazine and the newspaper. So when they were growing up, I was a full-time mother, but then I found time to write, and I also taught Chinese school for 12 years. And so 2001, near to the end of 2001, I finally found a job, and my current job actually. I worked in Schoolcraft College.
Cú thiê cú trên nâng tàu tía có xả bê tua nho trồ Thái Bê vì lúc tết chờ tờ bê do nâng refugee bê tê tua nho trồ sùn refugee camp tàu truy lúc xong và America USA tàu tua sản phá trồ bê trên nâng thiê tàu tua tết chờ America nó
Betul ronda Santana California pada Los Angeles. Betul nyo tàu li da Santana je các chữ chỉ mù nho to Fresno to Ocean je bé lọ được nó. Họ là chỉ muốn ra nhá ta.
tàu mù qua hậu lử ôm play tàu bê lô lì tàu long mù qua hậu lử lờ cho khó chờ chia ilu company hua sure industry nó tàu nâng gọc lâu lúc xong nhớ trâu Michigan ta chỉ nó cú trâu lấy off lời vì hậu lử sổ lộp.
In Georgia, I conceived my first child was born there. Then I had to take him to the doctors. I had to take him to other places also. So I needed so badly to learn driving. So that was also a struggle. So I found a person that was interested. He charged me $5 an hour for giving lessons. So he gave me about 10 lessons. I got my license. So I started driving.
So the only trouble I encountered, I believe, when I was in Notre Dame, was the language. There's just so many books to read, to study. Okay, and the teacher will not be teaching in Chinese or Taiwanese in English. So I had a hard time. Okay, in classroom, listening and taking notes or things, but by studying gradually, working hard and reading and taking notes and doing research, I think in the end I did pretty well.
Bé chỉ bao lù mình cả chế bé ở học chỉ lấy nhân thầu bé ở thôi bé muốn study adult school mình chỉ chế bé mà muốn theo ra chế muốn ở chẳng ra lời chỉ sĩ học chỉ sĩ xong tới theo read theo write lina chế bé bao mẹ chế bé ở học được rồi.
Okay, cái chỉ finish school nào?
Because thế một school chế chúng nó rõ cho mình nhỏ theo chúng nó ở lưỡi chế chỉ tao nhà này.
There's a cultural difference. You know, if somebody asks you that, hey, how are you? I just looked at them. I'm okay. You know, or if I'm not feeling good, I said I'm sick. Or without realizing that when people ask you how are you, it's as a courtesy, you're supposed to say I'm fine, you know. Those kinds of nitty-gritty things, you know. I was learning each and every day. Even though my children were very good students, but there was not that many scholarships available, so we had to pay for that tuition. But we survived.
Well, I have been very lucky all my life, and I was very lucky at the time that University of Notre Dame had a program called Host Family Program. My host family happened to be the most wonderful family, host family in the whole program. Mr. and Mrs. Gabbridge, and they were actually they were the one that picked me up from the airport. Okay. They've been wonderful people, and they took care of me and showed me around. And even after we moved here, we kept in contact. And when Josephine and Stephanie got married, they came here, and they always think that they are Josephine and Stephanie's grandparents, although they are not that old. Okay, it was just like 6 years different.
Really?
Yes.
Lúc này nhớ trâu tết cho nó nhiều xe mình chỉ vì cho chạy tết cho mình cả nó theo bé và cho culture mong nó tạo mình chỉ là gia đình nó và chỉ tạo cho yêu xe xa.
Bố tế có family, có một cái family nhớ bố về Minnesota, nhớ bố về Arkansas. Chuyện chối cho nhớ hồ blog em blog đấy right?
Yeah.
Có bao nhiêu rồi hả?
Yeah, cũng cho lỡ mà cũng cho lỡ cho nhớ mình cả tế chị cho lỡ chị một khu sự tông thế một sai lỡ cho nhớ phát tế chị cho lỡ chị khu sự tông.
ba lê tủ xia ba lê cụ sĩ để tụi mình nhua ba lê
nhua thế thủ mua ít khó chỉ của Paris của ở trên đó you family chỉ tôi chỉ cũng nhua thế bé của bơi để luôn bé của chỉ của mình đó chỉ you family nhá để chỉ là tôi slide
cũng cho cú lu tết chờ lo hành vì cú tết chờ lo tua xã cho đầu tư lu có mua lò cú xã cho một cơ tiền sĩ cú become lo ít tuổi nên American citizen rồi thế cú lâu rồi cú xã tiền một lo yếu chỉ trong đó chuyện gì lại.
To be honest with you, I miss my home country every day. Every day, because of I had that responsibility. I had to raise my children. I had to make a living. You know, I could not go back. And I said, okay. After sent through my first child to college. Then I will only go back to India. And my husband says, okay, probably that wouldn't be a bad idea, when Sujata, my daughter's name is Sujata, or my son's name is Shubina, if, they are on their own, then, we'll probably go back to India. But it never happened. It never happened. We got so involved with our own life and children, but we missed them a lot, almost every other year, we go to India, see our family.
Yeah.
So that's why we could not take any vacation, because all money we saved, we just go to India every other year and spend all of them.
Yeah.
Có bao nhiêu có take care của
yeah do
vì cái con nhỏ
vì đó họ thì bé chỉ tàu phe á chỉ là bé nhau free này bé ô tô chỉ bé tàu muốn nó chỉ bé chỉ tàu phe đây thế phe thể chế thế thể phải phát thế đấy này
có bao nhiêu có Neng Vang American đó
yeah vì đó họ thì bé từ nó bé muốn ra chỉ bé ô họ lựa chỉ bé tàu nhẹ chỉ bé chỉ sợ nhẹ bé nhau tàu yeah bé chỉ muốn nhẹ tại bé yên cho thế là chỉ bé mà sợ nhẹ này.
If you work hard, you can be anything, whatever you want to be. If you want to be a doctor, you can be a doctor. You want to be a movie star, you can be a movie star. But you have to work hard, and it pays off. Always. That's what I believe. I teach my younger children or generation that look, this country it has so much opportunities. You have to learn to take these opportunities. And if you work hard for 5 years, you can live 10 years every day. Yeah. That's how I feel. Yeah. So my advice to all of you, that whatever you are doing, just set a goal and pay attention to what you are doing, and you will succeed.
Even now, I don't miss them much. To tell you the truth, not that I don't love my home country, but still, I care about my home country, about the development in any field, in political, or society, or social, or economic, or anything. I care about them. But then, to me, right now, my family is here. I'm the only one from my own family. I'm here, but I have my two daughters. Okay, and I've been here. Next year I will be here for 40 years already. So I live here longer than when I was in Taiwan. So this is my home now.
Thật cơ nó hay trò bé cho mình nhỏ sẽ đời trâu xe mù cần tới ăn kít có tàu hậu lưỡi rong đó là mua thiên lý là ba tàu trâuอยู่tụ keng của trong tàu
or dad. Okay, most kids would say mom or pa. Okay, that's different. Josephina's first words are how I wonder, twinkle twinkle little star. How I wonder. That's her first words. How I wonder.
What about Stephanie?
Stephanie's first word I forgot.
Didn't you go?